Most people lose the first battle of the day before they even get out of bed. Not because something terrible happened, but because of the first thoughts that quietly appear in their mind. I'm tired. Today will be stressful. I don't feel ready. These words seem harmless, but they can shape the entire direction of the day ahead. Here's something most people never realize. The way you speak to yourself each morning becomes the lens through which you experience life. It influences how you respond to pressure, how you handle challenges, and how confident you feel when things don't go as planned. The Stoic philosophers understood this long before modern psychology did. They believed you cannot control the world around you. Not other people, not unexpected problems, not the uncertainty of life. But you can always control your mind. And that control begins in the quiet moments at the start of the day. Morning is more than just the beginning of a schedule. It's a reset point for your thinking, a chance to decide what deserves your energy and what you're going to let go of. When you take even a few seconds to guide your thoughts, the day stops feeling like something that happens to you and starts feeling like something you lead. In this video, we're going to explore 6 simple things you can tell yourself every day, inspired by Stoic wisdom, that can help you stay calm under pressure, think more clearly, and move through life with steady confidence. Because when you learn to guide your inner voice, you don't just change your mornings, you change how you live. Step 1 begins with 3 simple words that can reshape how you face the entire day. I am capable. Not capable because life is easy. Not capable because you have everything figured out, but capable because you've already survived things you once thought you couldn't handle. And that matters more than you think. Many people wake up immediately thinking about problems, deadlines, responsibilities, unfinished work, or challenges waiting ahead. The mind naturally focuses on what feels difficult or uncertain, but the Stoics trained themselves to begin differently. They reminded themselves that their worth was never determined by circumstances or other people's opinions. Instead, it was defined by how they responded to whatever happened. Marcus Aurelius, who led an empire during war and crisis, wrote that true strength lies in the ability to govern one's own mind. That idea still applies today. You may not control how busy your day becomes, how others behave, or what unexpected obstacles appear. But you can control whether you face those moments with doubt or with steadiness. Saying, I am capable, isn't empty motivation. It's a reminder built from evidence, your own life experience. Think about challenges you've already overcome. Moments when you felt uncertain but kept going anyway. Times when failure forced you to learn something new. Each of those experiences quietly built resilience. Confidence doesn't come from perfection. It comes from remembering that you can adapt. The Stoics believed obstacles were not interruptions to life. They were part of the training. Difficulty builds patience, failure builds wisdom, pressure builds strength. In that sense, challenges stop being threats and start becoming opportunities to grow. When you begin your morning by saying, I am capable, you're not promising yourself an easy day. You're reminding yourself that no matter what happens, you have the ability to think clearly, learn quickly, and keep moving forward. And over time, repeating this simple truth changes how you see yourself. Not as someone hoping life gets easier, but as someone becoming stronger every day. Step 2 is a sentence that can quietly set you free each morning. The past does not control me. Many people don't realize how often they live facing backward instead of forward. A mistake made years ago, a relationship that ended badly, a decision that didn't work out. These memories can replay in the mind like a loop. And when that happens, regret turns into a kind of invisible cage. You may be moving through life, but mentally, you're standing still. The Stoics understood this struggle deeply. They taught that the past is meant to educate you, not imprison you. It is experience, not destiny. No matter what happened before this moment, today still belongs to you. Epictetus once said that what disturbs us is not what happens, but how we interpret it. That idea is powerful when you think about it. A failure can become a permanent label, or it can become training. A loss can become bitterness, or wisdom. The event itself doesn't decide your future. Your perspective does. Imagine climbing a steep mountain trail. The past is like a backpack you carry. Inside are memories, lessons, and experiences. But if you keep stuffing it with regret, guilt, and what-if thoughts, the climb becomes exhausting. Every step feels heavier than it should. Now imagine setting down the unnecessary weight, keeping only what helps you climb smarter. Suddenly, the same path feels possible again. That's the Stoic approach. Remember the lesson, release the burden. Learning from yesterday makes you wiser. Living inside yesterday makes you stuck. There's a big difference between reflection and rumination. Reflection moves you forward. Rumination holds you in place. Every morning gives you something the past cannot. A clean moment to choose your direction. You cannot edit old chapters of your life, but you can write the next one differently. When you tell yourself, the past does not control me, you're not pretending mistakes didn't happen. You're simply refusing to let them define who you are becoming. And once you stop carrying yesterday's weight, you'll notice something surprising. Moving forward doesn't require more strength, it just requires letting go. Step 3 is one of the most powerful reminders in Stoic philosophy. I control my mind. Life rarely unfolds the way we expect. Unexpected emails arrive, plans fall apart, people misunderstand us, and pressure builds faster than we'd like. Most of these situations are outside our control. And yet, the Stoics believe there is always one thing that remains fully ours: our response. There's a big difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is immediate and emotional. Response is calm and intentional. When your mind is steady, you create space between what happens and what you choose to do next. In that small space lies wisdom. Imagine receiving harsh criticism at work or facing conflict with someone close to you. The natural impulse might be anger, defensiveness, or anxiety. But when you pause and steady your mind, something changes. You begin to observe the situation objectively instead of being pulled into it. From that clarity, better decisions become possible. The Stoics didn't try to eliminate emotions. They understood emotions are part of being human. What they practiced was not being controlled by those emotions. They trained themselves to notice feelings without letting feelings take control of their actions. This is self-mastery, not suppression. A calm mind doesn't mean life becomes easier. It means you become stronger than the chaos around you. Pressure, criticism, and uncertainty lose their power when your inner stability remains intact. Think of the mind like the steering wheel of a car. The road may be rough, unpredictable, or full of obstacles. But as long as you hold the wheels steadily, you remain in control of direction. Without that control, even a small bump can send you off course. When you begin the day by saying, "I control my mind," you are setting an intention to act with awareness rather than impulse. You remind yourself that no situation has the authority to disturb your peace, unless you allow it. And over time, this practice builds something incredibly valuable: a mind that stays clear under pressure, steady in uncertainty, and confident in the face of criticism. Step 4 begins with a difficult but honest reminder. Reasons do not define me. How often do we hear ourselves say things like, "I don't have enough time," "I'll start when I'm ready, maybe tomorrow," or "I'm just too tired today"? On the surface, these sound reasonable, even responsible. But over time, they can quietly become excuses that keep us standing still. The Stoics believed that the greatest obstacle to growth is rarely failure or hardship. It's self-justification, the habit of explaining why we can't move forward instead of finding a way to try. Excuses feel comfortable in the moment, but they slowly build invisible limits around what we believe is possible. Epictetus taught that true freedom begins with personal responsibility. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, timing, or other people, you regain control of your direction. Responsibility can feel heavy at first, but it's also empowering, because it reminds you that change is always within reach. Marcus Aurelius captured this idea simply when he wrote, "Do not waste time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." In other words, action matters more than explanation. Progress matters more than intention. Think about how many goals people postpone while waiting for the right time. Starting a project, improving health, learning a skill, repairing a relationship, many of these don't require perfect conditions. They require the courage to begin imperfectly. Perfection is often just procrastination in disguise. Action, even small action, creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Each time you follow through on something you promised yourself, you strengthen trust in your own discipline. That's where real strength comes from. Consistency, not intensity. Small actions repeated daily are more powerful than occasional bursts of motivation. When you remind yourself, reasons do not define me, you interrupt the cycle of delay. You choose movement over comfort, responsibility over avoidance, and growth over fear. And with that choice, you stop waiting for the right moment and start becoming the person you've been intending to be. Step 5 may sound gentle, but it carries tremendous strength. Kindness is my strength. In today's world, strength is often confused with dominance, speed, or the ability to win arguments. Many people believe being tough means being unshakable, distant, or emotionally guarded. But the Stoics saw strength differently. To them, kindness was not weakness. It was self-mastery in action. Anyone can react with anger. Anyone can return criticism with criticism. But choosing kindness, especially in difficult moments, requires self-control, courage, and character. It means you are not allowing someone else's behavior to decide who you become in that moment. Imagine dealing with a rude customer, a difficult coworker, or a stranger having a bad day. The easiest reaction is frustration. But when you pause and respond with patience instead, something powerful happens. You stay in control of yourself. And that control is real strength. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, be kind, but do not be exploited. Kindness does not mean being passive or allowing others to cross your boundaries. It means you can stand firm in your values while still treating people with dignity and respect. It's a balance between compassion and inner stability. Kindness also has a quiet ripple effect. A calm response can de-escalate tension. A thoughtful word can change someone's entire mood. Even small acts, listening fully, showing patience, offering understanding, can shape the emotional environment around you. Just as importantly, kindness strengthens your relationship with yourself. When your actions align with your values, self-respect grows naturally. You don't need recognition or approval because you know you acted with integrity. The Stoics believed every act of kindness is a small inner victory, proof that you are guided by principles, not impulses. This creates a steady presence that others trust and feel safe around. When you begin the day by saying, kindness is my strength, you're choosing to move through the world with calm confidence. Not softer, but stronger. Not reactive, but intentional. And in a world full of noise and tension, that kind of quiet strength stands out more than anything else. Step 6 is a reminder that brings everything back to what truly matters. I live fully in the present. Many people spend their days mentally traveling through time, replaying the past or worrying about the future. While your body is here, your mind is somewhere else. The Stoics warned about this long ago. They believed the past is gone, the future is uncertain, and the present moment is the only place life actually happens. Yet the present is often the most overlooked part of life. Happiness, according to Stoic thinking, isn't found in controlling outcomes or predicting tomorrow. It's found in fully experiencing what is happening right now. Not because life is always easy, but because awareness turns even ordinary moments into meaningful ones. When you focus on the present, your mind becomes clearer. Anxiety begins to lose its grip, because worry usually lives in the future, while regret lives in the past. The present is where action lives. It's where you can think carefully, choose wisely, and respond intentionally. Imagine starting your day without immediately reaching for your phone. Instead, you notice small details. Sunlight coming through the window, the warmth of a cup of coffee in your hands, the quiet before the world becomes busy. These moments seem simple, but they ground your mind. They remind you that life is not only made of big achievements, but also small experiences that shape your emotional balance. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities or pretending problems don't exist. It means facing reality with awareness rather than distraction. When you do this, even difficult tasks feel more manageable because your attention is on the next step, not the entire mountain ahead. The Stoics believed the present moment is life's greatest asset. When you learn to live inside it, you regain control of your thoughts, your choices, and your energy. Remind yourself, I live fully in the present. Use today to act, to learn, to connect, and to grow. Because when you truly live in the moment, you don't just experience time passing, you experience life itself. As we come to the end of this journey, it becomes clear that real strength doesn't come from what the world usually celebrates. It doesn't come from fame, appearance, status, or even temporary success. Those things can change quickly. They depend on circumstances, timing, and money, and other people's opinions. True strength comes from something much quieter and far more reliable. The choices you make every single day and the way you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. Throughout this video, we've explored 6 simple reminders rooted in Stoic wisdom. Not complicated theories, but practical mental habits you can carry into everyday life. I am capable. The past does not control me. I control my mind. Kindness is my strength. I live fully in the present. Individually, each reminder may seem small, but together they form a powerful mental foundation. They shape how you handle stress, how you respond to failure, how you treat others, and how you see yourself. Imagine starting each morning grounded in these ideas. Challenges don't disappear, but they stop feeling overwhelming. Criticism doesn't define you. Mistakes don't trap you. Uncertainty doesn't shake you as easily. Instead, you begin to move through life with a steady kind of confidence. Not loud or dramatic, but deeply rooted. This is what the Stoics meant by self-mastery. Not controlling everything around you, but learning to guide your thoughts, your reactions.